So you think you know Alpharetta, this once quiet farming community, is getting a reboot of sorts. The signs across town making it clear this is now the place to live, work, and play. Welcome to the competitive world of esports.
This is week 2, day 2.
Where video games take center stage in Alpharetta.
Gaming's really taken off. This was a competition that we did at Center Stage.
Todd Harris might as well be the gaming commissioner.
We're now 450 employees.
He's the co-founder of the state's largest gaming company and the president of Skillshot Media.
The best video game players in the world visit this facility. They duke it out for real world money.
Challenge, and I think it does help them.
Harris and his team have built an entire production studio.
This is where the Smite production happens.
Where the tournaments are streamed
How many of you guys in?
by millions of fans across the globe.
It's really, I would say, only the Super Bowl has a larger aggregate audience, and that's because there's a lot of passion around this.
There's 2 more, adapting with 1, both Polar Bear Mike and Arkle.
It's basically a full-time job. We spend easily like 10 hours a day, prepping for everything.
Michael Heiss, who goes by the online name Polar Bear Mike, moved to Alpharetta earlier this year from New Jersey just so he could play professionally.
I had always played video games like with my friends in high school and middle school and stuff. And then in college, after I was done going to class and doing all that stuff, I was playing this game.
Well, and there's Polar Bear Mike jumping forward.
How good are you? Pretty good.
24-year-old Kenny Kuska moved here from France.
The lights are going to get turned off thanks to Arkle.
Was it hard to pick up and leave your family back in France?
That was kind of hard, but I mean, since this is what I like to do.
We can hit him, yeah.
They're both part of a growing industry taking shape in this once rural city north of Atlanta.
I think Alpharetta has deliberately branded themselves as a tech city pretty successfully. And when we started before Hi-Rez, the road out here was pretty much a dirt road. There was really no development back then, 20 years ago.
Today, the gizmos and gadgets, even the games,
It's a global product.
have helped Alpharetta become one of the metro's largest cities. If you stop and listen to the world, you'll see art is all around us.
The colors on those pieces down there.
Like a painting.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
On a canvas.
Every artist hopes for people to interpret their work how they would and react to it how they would.
In northern Alabama, tucked away in an old factory,
See what color you like?
down this long, creaky hallway, Dana Anderson is hard at work,
Want some more?
bringing her latest masterpiece to life.
Some nice, strong brush strokes.
One stroke of the brush at a time.
She has definite opinions, with her color choices and the way she uses her brushstroke.
And it's the smile,
So with that, okay.
the one right there, Janet Anderson has always wanted for her daughter.
She doesn't read or write or speak. A lot of people think she can't do anything.
Dana has Down syndrome and autism.
I'm sure her feelings are manifested in the art in some way.
Sherry Broyles first started working with Dana 2 years ago
Tell me if you want more.
and quickly realized her talent.
She picks the tool, she picks the color, she picks the spot on the canvas, and then she goes to work.
This is Dana communicating like never before.
Art is a universal language, and she's participating in that language as the same as anybody else.
No, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Her work has captured so much attention.
It takes you to the place, the feeling that Dana must have when she does it.
It's now launching an exhibit in Atlanta.
I love the fact that the exhibit name is Beyond Barriers, because we're past the barriers. There are no barriers.
The family believes the gallery is the first of its kind locally, highlighting an artist with special needs.
The more I research, we are now saying she's the first artist in the South. And that is delightful and frustrating at the same time.
They hope Dana's art paints a new picture moving forward.
Special needs people aren't just part of the community, they are a vital part.
And if you stop and listen, you'll hear Dana when you see her work.
Right here, huh?
Dana has a voice, and this is the first time. She's 26 years old. This is the first time Dana has had a voice.
I like the way the blue and green are mixing.
I'm Adam Harding.
Yeah, you've already got some brown on there. You want some more?
CBS 46 News.
Okay, let's get the middleweights out here, please. All the middleweights.
This
Beautiful.
is strength on display for the world to see.
There we go.
Bodybuilders owning their moment on stage. But it's not their muscles that make them strong. It's their stories. Elite male athletes.
Number one, would you like to hit your favorite pose?
All born women. Competing in the only transgender competition of its kind right here in Atlanta. 8 bodybuilders, including Kennedy Connors.
I was born as Ashley.
Who brought us along on his journey.
Honestly, I don't know who that person is. Definitely don't know that one.
From his past.
I see lack of confidence in almost every single photo.
Side triceps.
To his present.
The process of going through this is not easy. I will be completely honest with you. If you can imagine yourself going through male puberty and menopause at the exact same time, that's what it feels like on a daily basis.
A one-time struggle for Kennedy and his wife, Nikki.
Even though we had nights where we went to sleep with him without saying a word because he was just didn't even understand what was going on in his own head.
She didn't know who I was at one point. Hell, I didn't even know who I was.
So at some point I had to just stand back and let him go through it.
Next pose.
So he could find himself. And he just always knew that I was there and gonna be there.
A year ago, he had his breasts removed.
It was harder for me to find out who I was from the inside by spending time with myself than trying to put a label on it.
In the months since, he spent his time living in the gym.
Nice.
Exercising his depression.
You got it.
Fighting his weight.
One more.
And transforming his body.
Got it.
But more importantly, his mind.
Because I wasn't going to enter this year's competition. I was going to wait till next year. But I wanted to get out there and just completely do it. And regardless of if I win or if I don't win, it's just a matter of, hey, look at me, you can do this. So it's just trying to be some type of encouragement.
Number one, Kennedy Connors.
It was never about taking home a trophy. It was about showing us all who he is and standing proud. In Atlanta, I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News.
This is Sadie, and this is her story.
Everyone has a story.
Sadie likes to make boats out of boxes.
Some
I do.
just haven't been written yet.
I feel ballerina. Yeah.
At this Atlanta bookstore, the kids can't hold back their excitement.
You tacky and vaguely round monstrosity.
Their imagination captivated.
May I have a cookie, please?
By today's guest reader.
My name is Edie Cheeseburger, and I am a drag queen. Does anybody know what a drag queen is? No?
You are looking swell, Manny.
It's usually adults listening to Edie.
You go, girl.
Wow, how's everybody doing tonight? How's that chicken finger?
Taking in the racy drag show in Buckhead. But Edie is now flipping the script.
Oh, there's more.
Keeping a PG performance for younger crowds.
Look at all the cookies, you guys. Who in here likes cookies?
While sharing a story they've never heard before.
I will pinch you and make you cry, Rock Warrior.
In more ways than one.
I think it's a really great step to kind of normalize it for children. Are you not entertained?
Parents seem to agree.
When I was a kid, I didn't know anybody who was like openly LGBT, and I think it's, you know, really wonderful that young kids who are growing up now can sort of grow up just understanding, you know, different types of people.
When nights are black and when days are gray, you'll be brave and bright, so no shadows can stay.
A moment of brightness in a dark world. And if that's progressive, then I'm here for that.
This new chapter in Edie's life,
she's not inside the box at all.
Helping imprint new lessons.
I'm not here to push some weird agenda or whatever. I'm here to entertain.
On anyone willing to just sit.
Turkeys are silly.
And listen.
I get to be the better version of myself, and I get to reach out and tell my story and touch a lot of people's lives. Hopefully, going forward, people are more open-minded and they're less afraid to ask questions about people who are different. When I look at you and you look at me, I wonder what wonderful things you will be.
A character in a real-life story.
Thank you guys for being such a good audience!
With a twist ending few saw coming.
You guys are awesome! Do you enjoy that?
In Atlanta, I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News. By sunrise, the promise of peace was all but gone.
I've never seen such firepower in my life.
All Johnny Mac could do.
And these yo-yos come in and do this to us? No.
Was sit and watch.
Everybody's just on edge. You know, look, the downtown, they're all closed up. That's not good.
A sight no child can prepare for.
It's intense. Like, I've never seen anything come down our street like this before. It's crazy. It's like, we're not used to this.
Why Noonan, really, you know, that's all I wanted to know.
These are the moments captured.
I want to see people with really strong opinions and emotions, because that's always really interesting to capture on camera.
On a day few want to remember.
We're here to make it clear that Nazis are not welcome in Noonan or anywhere else, in my opinion, in the USA.
Not a sign of the times.
We are here to be part of the solution and not part of the problem.
But a sign of where Noonan stands.
Nazis go home!
I have no idea what they're thinking in any shape, form, or fashion.
The little Nazis are so scared!
Say it loud! Say it clear!
Nazis are not welcome here!
You can hear the boos here from the counter-protesters. They've been here for several hours. The number of counter-protesters far outnumber those who are demonstrating at the park here in Noonan. Their message is clear. They do not want this group here in Coweta County. A community rising up against hate.
Thank you, fist bump.
Making their voices heard.
Fist bump to you.
Get the hell out of here. You know, get out of our lives.
In Noonan, I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News. They're stacked on shelves, lined up, and on display. Pieces of Martin Gillad's life.
Well, here you have Rock'em Sock'em Robots. These are the original from the mid-'60s.
Moments in time. He relives every single day.
Different items hold different memories.
His Douglasville home can sometimes feel more like a toy store.
It goes from G.I. Joe to things in the 60s and 70s all the way into the 80s and 90s.
His collection always growing, but his reason why never changes.
I think in this very fast-paced life, sometimes it's fun to just kind of retreat to a simpler time. And I think that many people that collect, especially toys, retreat back to that time when life was simpler. I don't look at something and go, I really want that because it's worth a lot of money. I want it because how it makes me feel.
After a little reflection, Martin realized the toys are king. This is where his imagination comes to life. Martin's always been a little artistic, a little creative.
I'm just drawing some crazy creature.
He began drawing on those childhood memories, illustrating to the world it's okay to think outside the box. Or in this case, outside the toy box.
Use your imagination. So whatever toy can be put in whatever context you want it to be. You can be outside, you can be inside, you can play on a couch, and hey, it could be a mountain.
And for a man with a child's imagination, he knew he could turn his hobby into his profession.
Atlanta has a fairly vibrant collecting group.
Sketching out plans for what's now one of the country's largest toy conventions right in our own backyard.
I think we're seeing a new wave of, honestly, whether you want to call this geek culture, but you're seeing that through movies. It's becoming normalized, I guess. And a lot of creative folks enjoy toys. I want to stay young at heart. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I take the world seriously, but at the same time, I want to have fun, and I want to be who I am.
In Douglasville, I'm Adam Harding, CBS 46 News.
Wow, very cool story right there. Many of those toys I remember. All right, let's go further in depth on this.